Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Side Ploud with Pop.1 Podcast, here with another episode with my boy Alexander Valido.
What's up?
And our friend Bryan Ha.
Hello.
We got a lot to talk about today, man. We had a lot to talk about last time.
Yeah.
And we got a lot more to talk about today. We're going to be talking about some OP12. Why do people say that? OP12 format in One Piece. Some crazy Pokemon shenanigans. And the status of our TikTok channel. It's pretty cool stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Y'all ready for it?
I'm ready.
All right, let's get into it. All right, guys, Pop.1 Podcast, we're here. We're ready to go. All right, before we get going, though, I want you guys to, I told you guys there was a little secret spot for you guys. Brian, yours is behind you, and then Alex, you got something there.
Yeah.
So go ahead and check them out. And yeah, these are the new Dueling Guard Player Series deck boxes.
Dude, these are sick.
Yeah, I know, right?
Dude, I got the law one right here.
Yeah,
he's doing the shamble. He's doing room and shambles. Love that.
That one's actually called Room, and I forgot what the Pokemon one's called, but it actually features.
It looks like it's red, like it's Gary versus Red.
Yeah.
Oh, it's red,
Yeah.
red, blue.
So
Yeah.
you got the
And I
Charizard,
got,
the Blastoise.
The rivals.
I actually have the XL version. The big. Those are standard size.
Yeah.
And they have XL. I actually used one of these at locals. You guys have been seeing it.
Yeah.
It's great. I actually have 2 full decks, 2 Dawn sets in there, plus leaders and leader like holders, and I still have room for another deck. They're awesome.
You know they look like the Pokemon deck boxes too.
Yes, dude. And I've been using those Pokemon deck boxes at like forever for regionals, for bigger stuff like that. They're just really great to have when you don't want to have such a big deck box. Now, their big deck boxes are good.
Yeah.
You know, I use those as well. But sometimes you just want to go to a tournament a little light. You know what I mean? So I use my Dueling Guard, the sling bag that they have, and I'll throw one of these in there with just my playmat if I just want to show up, you know, not too much luggage on you. But yeah, this is their new Player Series deck boxes. They have these on hand too. These aren't like a pre-order thing. Like if you want these, they just dropped 10 new designs. If you want these guys, you can go to duelingguard.com and get them. But go down in the description and click our link.
Yep.
Right? We just got boosted up in our affiliation with Dueling Guard.
Yep.
And now you guys get 15% off.
Which is a great deal.
It's crazy. So 15% off of that. They have a bundle discount deal going on.
Yep.
You can add on to that and still get the discount. And you won't be waiting long for these Player Series. I know how it is ordering from deck box companies and play. I mean, you know, it takes a while. That stuff's got to be made. These are already made, ready to go. They got them. You'll get them soon as soon as you place the order. Go down in the description, 15% off. I mean, what?
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I think they're a good price too. Like,
I was looking at the prices today. The big deck boxes with the arts, they were $60. You add 15% off of that. That's $15 off. That's $45.
Yeah, these were 60.
No, the big ones.
Oh, the big, yeah.
These are these are cheaper.
Yeah, I got one here. This is the Gear 5 Luffy. I mean, you guys know the deal.
Yeah.
I mean, reminds you of like, you know, the Gym Tech and Mandala Palm type deck boxes and stuff like that. This is some good stuff, good quality, genuine vegan leather. I don't know what that means, but it's actually really good stuff. And I'm glad to have Dueling Guard apart. Use the code down, or not the code anymore.
link.
No more codes anymore. We're all
The
full
link.
The link in the description. Now,
Yeah, check
as
it
far as these specific deck boxes that we have on hand go, they're not for us. They're actually for you watching. And if you're going to be at Bandai Fest, all you need to do, you want to tell them what they need to do?
Yeah, just come and say what's up to us, and we'll do a little questionnaire interview with you about One Piece, and you'll have the potential to get one of these great prizes. And we have the Player Series deck boxes. We got some play mats, binders, and also some of these nicer deck boxes as well. I think we have Shanks, Red Shanks, and DoFlamingo. And that's actually a really sought after deck box that Dueling Guard has done.
Yeah.
So thank you, Dueling Guard, for donating all these items to give away to you guys. So let's get some good content and send you guys home with some good stuff.
To get these, all you have to do is follow us on TikTok, follow us on YouTube, and be at Bandai Fest in Dallas and do one of our TikTok interviews with us.
Yep, that's it.
I'm about to pick up one of these for Bandai Fest.
Yeah, I'll be rocking the Player Series deck box for Bandai Fest. Not that I don't want to rock my good one, and I might actually, because I am gonna have the bag on me and stuff. Who knows? Who knows what my attire for Bandai Fest is gonna bring out? But we're here. We're doing it. Speaking of doing it. We're doing the TikTok thing, baby.
Man, TikTok's going crazy.
Isn't that crazy? So we just dropped a video, and essentially it was just it was from our last episode, and it was really just like me kind of putting out there that I'm not really the biggest fan of Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. Little rant, you know what I mean? And it got more detail in the video. We put a little clip out, and within a day, 20K views ish.
Yeah, 20K in a day. It's probably gonna be our most viewed TikTok when it's all said and done.
Almost 1,000 likes, and that's the fastest we've ever seen something going on in TikTok. If you guys don't know, me and Alex have been really working hard since May on our TikTok, and we're almost at 2,300 followers.
Yeah, by the time,
congrats for y'all.
Thank you. You too, brother. You have it. It's all the videos that we put Bryan Ha as the thumbnail. They like blow up every single time. So you're our
guy.
Yeah, the Riz face. Let's go. But yeah, man. How are you feeling about the TikTok, man?
Man, the TikToks has been a big passion project of mine for a long time. When we first started our partnership, I said, "Hey, why are we not utilizing TikTok?" Right? And we got in. You were kind of hesitant at first, and we started pushing out the content. The interviews, things of that nature, and it's done well.
Yeah,
the right content.
When we were really in the Yu-Gi-Oh scene, and that's another thing too. A lot of people think we're just outsiders, talking about something we don't know about.
I think a lot of people realize that we're not outsiders.
There was a few, and I just want to kind of clear the air to let it be known, we've been in the Yu-Gi-Oh scene for years now.
Yeah,
years.
I think you and me specifically have a little bit of a different of opinions, right? Like, we both aren't in Yu-Gi-Oh. We're not really playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm now a judge for Yu-Gi-Oh, so that's pretty much my existence in Yu-Gi-Oh at this point. Yeah. However, it doesn't change the fact that I agree with you that Yu-Gi-Oh just has become just this incredibly unfun game.
Yeah.
And our reasons are different, right? I don't think gameplay-wise, Yu-Gi-Oh specifically is unfun. I think how Konami treats its player base is what makes it unfun. So being a new player into One Piece, I see Bandai in not just One Piece, but Gundam. They announced that they apologized because they didn't print enough product, and they see how much people want to play it, and they thank the players for playing their game. That's a crazy concept to me as a former Yu-Gi-Oh player, because Konami would never. Yeah. Konami says, we're going to do something terrible. The player base pushes back on it. Konami walks it back. They say, okay, we're not going to do it. They wait a few weeks. Konami officially implements it. So what that tells
makes it just a little bit worse.
Makes it just a little bit worse. Yeah. Konami does not care about his player base. That's just what it boils down to. They do not give a rat's ass about any of their players. All they care about, I don't even know what they care about. Do they care about the bottom line? Because what a lot of people are saying, there's some new stuff that happened with Konami policies for tournament play. The gist of it is, no matter what level of tournament play you're in, there's only going to be top 8. Yeah. So in the past,
which is wild.
So in the past, it was top 32, top 64, top 128, really top 32, top 64, depending on how many players you get. What they did to supplement that was they added 3 more rounds of Swiss. So you have more games to play. And a lot of players are like, man, I can go X2 and not make top cut. That's not what's going to happen. Because of these 2 extra rounds, it is almost mathematically improbable to go X2. And it is mathematically impossible to go X2 and not make it into top 8. There's probably going to be some X3s that make it into top 8 with this new design that they're doing it. However, a lot of people are saying, is this a money thing? Is this whatever? I don't like it. I'm not a fan of doing just top 8. Could you imagine getting 9th place after playing 15 rounds or 14 rounds? I could not.
That's how they used to do it back in the day before it was YCSs. It was Shonen Jump Championships, and they used to do only top 8 cut. And it was terrible. Not terrible, but like I remember when they first announced the YCS format back in 2008, 2009. Yeah. People were loving it. Yeah. I mean, they were like, it was a dream for them. They were like, top 32 cut, top 64 cut. This is amazing. Yeah. And so them regressing back almost 20 plus years later to going back to that old Shonen Jump Championship format of top 8 only is very odd. Like,
Yeah.
what could they possibly be thinking?
So a lot of players were saying that the benefit of it is, from Konami's perspective, is a money thing, right? Going to these venues, they go so late into the night that they're losing money on these venues. But the thing is, so a few more things about what Konami did. They changed their rounds from 45 minutes to 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they also changed match procedures. So currently, or previously, I should say how it worked, at the end of the match, you would finish the phase.
Yeah.
Whoever has the most light points wins the game. And then at that point, whoever won 2 out of 3 matches won. And if there couldn't be a decided victor, then it ends in a draw. There are no more draws. If you win one game, but you don't finish game 2, there's no end of phase. You finish the game right then and there, right? If you're up in life, it doesn't matter. You have to definitively win the game, 2 out of 3 games.
All the way to 0?
All the way to 0.
Oh, my God.
All the way to 0. And if you don't, it is a double game loss.
So what's stopping a person that was losing to just not end the game and just keep on playing it
Or
out?
just having like a scummy opponent.
Exactly.
It's just like, if I can't win, why would I let you win?
So,
Exactly.
so the way it works, right, is that's doomsday scenario, which is most likely, which is 9 times or even 8 times out of 10 not going to happen. Because the reality is, if you're in a losing position, it actually benefits you to scoop because of your tiebreakers, giving your opponent the win if you're trying to make that top cut or even make top 32 for prizing. However, what some players showed is you can announce game 2 that you have no intention of scooping, even though you know you're going to lose the match, but you can play it out all the way through the end. So what you're doing at that point is you're putting your opponent who is winning the match in a awkward position. They're trying to get their top cut. You're winning, right? You're now in a horrible position where you have to decide, man, do I take this double game loss, which hurts my position in this tournament, or do I just say, okay, you know what, man, because you're not going to scoop, I'm going to scoop. So that way I have a higher chance of making top cut at the end.
So now it's like a mind game.
It's like a mind game almost.
So now you have to play a regular game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And then a mind game too.
I mean, that's always been the case.
Yeah,
But no,
it's
no, no, but this is
more-
this is different.
This is like a weird mental thing that you
Yeah.
have to go on because there are certain things too in Yu-Gi-Oh you can't do. Like you cannot ask your opponent to concede.
You cannot.
Yeah.
So if you were to, I've seen it before. If you ask her, it's either a very stern warning or you could potentially get a game loss for that.
Yes.
Um,
This is not player friendly. These
No.
changes are not player friendly. And in a game that's already killed off its collector's base with rarity collection, in a game that pushed its casual player base away by doing away with Time Wizard and doing time travel.
oh, I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
too,
that's a whole nother thing. With the
Get me
game
started.
with the game that killed off product for Speed Duel, they still do Speed Duel events at YCS. It's good for them. With a company that makes the entry point for new players just so difficult that it's not happening, all you have left is your competitive player base.
Yeah.
And then when you do things to piss them off, it's almost like the theory that the Konami is trying to kill off the game is really true.
And I've been episode 1.
Yeah.
You can go look at that, and I've been saying it way before that. I literally think that Konami does not like this area. Okay, they don't like the West at all, and they're kind of trying to take it away from them. I think that they wish that they were a Japanese like only game.
Well,
You
the
know what I
thing,
mean?
but the thing is, they're Japanese players. So if you look at Worlds, Japan or the OCG has not had players do well at Worlds, and the reason being, people are saying, "Oh, the West is just more prepared than they've ever been before." No, it's because their best players are going to other card games. Their
Yeah.
best players are going to One Piece. They're going to Gundam. They're going to, I think they're going to Lorcana in Japan.
Yeah,
They're going to Lorcana. Their best players are leaving Yu-Gi-Oh! In the West, that really hasn't happened with the best of the best players yet. But a lot of the players who are like myself, consistent regional toppers, things of that nature, I would go to every YCS. I haven't topped a YCS, but I would do pretty well at these YCSs. I'm leaving the game because of what they're doing to make it harder to get that prestigious YCS out. All Yu-Gi-Oh! Has is prestige. Their pricing sucks. And when they take away the prestige on top of everything else, What's the point?
I do give it to the average Yu-Gi-Oh player.
Yeah.
Okay, you're spending all this money to go to this YCS. You're doing all this strictly for the glory.
Just the glory.
for the glory. You could care less about the prize card,
Yep.
which they're cool. I do like it. Aren't they like not even hollow though?
The
Like,
first place, no, so it's like an ultra rare and a super rare. The first place will be probably like 3 to 4 grand, something like. I could be wrong in the numbers, and the super rares will be a couple hundred.
which is cool, you
Yeah,
know, and I'm
it's
glad.
cool.
But it took so long to do that. Now,
Yeah.
okay, it took them way too long. It's kind of like a
Well, they've always done the prize cards.
Yeah, they've always
What
done
you're-
the prize card,
but
but
these are cards that you can play with though.
Well,
now.
you're
No,
thinking
yeah.
thinking of the top 16 cut effect Veiler
Effect
YCS
Veiler.
stamps.
I thought there was
Yeah.
a few more, or they announced some.
Yes, you
but
also
yeah.
get if you make top 32, or if you day 2 is what it was, you get a day 2 pack, which is pretty much a lottery of which card do you get. You could get like
So
a rare.
Are we doing day
anything
2
YCS.
for? So day 2 would be the last 2 rounds of Swiss, and then top
So that's
8.
how it used to be. Now it's 3 extra rounds. So it'll be the last 5 rounds, and then top 8.
It's like I don't know how to feel about it now. It's like a little bit gets added on this side, a little bit on this side. It's like maybe I don't know.
I could get behind with those extra rounds in just top 8 if it wasn't for the end of match procedures they established.
Yeah, the
This
because
is
like
coming.
who's to say that like I know the opponent I'm going against.
Yeah.
Me and him aren't cool. I don't like this guy. You know what I mean? It does, and it doesn't have nothing to do with the game. It's like a personal thing, and I just decide that I'm gonna slow play the best I can. Right? I'm not gonna scoop when I know I lose, and I'm gonna make it to where we're both not getting this.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
No,
And
that's exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And the thing is, most likely that's not going to happen.
Right,
But
and
it's
yeah.
going to happen. That's
There's
the point.
gonna be
There's
trolls.
gonna be- yeah,
This
there's
is
gonna-
Yu-Gi-Oh.
100%.
Yeah, it's going to happen 100%.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Like,
Without a
'cause
doubt.
there's ways to cheat. I mean, Spooky Dogwoods. There was all types of stuff that you
Yeah.
could do
And now those cards are
to
bad.
win it.
There's
To
no
win in
reason.
time. Oh yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah, you don't play those
To
anymore.
win in time, but you could still do these things to just troll
Yeah.
the YCS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's no communication. Where's the ban list? By the time this
Bring
video
the horse out, babies. Let's go.
by the time this video comes out, the ban list may already be out. We don't know. But there's no communication. We don't have a clear set date. Bandai,
I swear they just got a ban list.
what did Bandai say? They said that the ban list wasn't coming out till after Nationals, essentially. And then Bandai said on this specific date, you're going to
Yeah.
get the ban
Oh
list.
no! So
Well,
for this
they
last,
were-
yeah,
yeah.
for this last ban list, they said that it's going to come in August. They didn't say when, but they gave us tons of chances.
They usually give us like a date,
But
like, you know.
but we knew it was coming
Yeah,
in
we
August,
knew it was
and
coming
it
in
was
August,
a
yeah.
fair assumption that it was going to be after what was it,
Yeah.
Japan Nats?
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
a fair assumption. But the point is, they communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't Konami communicate? It's like they just refuse to, and that is what the players are begging for. Players are begging for better pricing, better communication. We got cheaper cards, which is great, but it's cheaper because people are leaving this game and don't want to
Speaking
buy the
of-
product.
Those Megatins that just came out,
Yeah.
they're full on every shelf in the world, dude. I
It's-
have not seen one being taken off the shelf.
And don't get me wrong, if you are at a OTS store and you have a dedicated player base, they're probably buying it out. Like we have local stores that have
Yeah,
sold
yeah.
out of the Megaton packs. But why would you want to buy? I think it was 150 of the secret rares
Yeah.
to get a playset. You would have to buy
And the fluff.
a
and
astronomical,
yeah.
like 110
They
to get a
literally,
playset of anything.
the fluff of this is like stuff that is just like,
Why would you want a Pot of Greed Starlight rare out of this set? Out of this set specifically, out of the Megatons, which is normally meant to be reprints for competitive players, why would you want a Pot of Greed? Why would you want
I-
to
no,
bling
yeah.
out your time travel deck.
Dude,
yeah.
good for you.
Right?
Put that in retro pack, dude. Like
So is
your
the Edison thing
product
still
is
messed up? So they said they weren't going to do it, but then they did do it, so it's still
Yeah.
messed up, right?
yeah, it's still messed
messed
It's
up.
still
Yeah.
messed up. They
Wow.
they walked it back for that event because players
Yeah.
needed time to get ready for it.
Yeah, well,
people were going to
people had
cancel their flights.
hotels,
People had
they had
hotels,
flights,
all this
yeah.
stuff. But they did make it, into effect, and it's just like, man, Konami just does everything in their power to push their player base away, and it just doesn't
And
make
it's like
sense
the
to me.
people that are fighting so hard for it. It's like, dude,
You know
get
who's
out
fighting?
of the cult, bro.
I
Like
think
that's
who's-
how it feels like. It's like like there's some people out there that just know that it's in a bad state. We love here at Pop.1 Podcast. We love Yu-Gi-Oh.
We do.
Okay, we do love Yu-Gi-Oh. We will not sit here though and just be slapped around. Like
No.
you know what I mean. So
We-
that's why the attitude lately has been like that because we have been playing this game for years and years and years. Put a lot of money into it,
Lots of money.
a lot of money into this game, and it's just we've had this mindset to where it's like it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better, right?
And it doesn't. It gets better for about a month, and then immediately after, the insane levels of power creep, how fast it happens, it's just way too much in this game.
So it always seems like, sorry, Brian, it always seems like whenever a ban list comes out, like the game is like fixed for like a couple months, but then you're like, that new set
Not even a
comes out.
couple months. A lot of times it's like a few weeks.
And then you're like, damn, I forgot that new set comes out.
It's insane.
And then it comes out, and the deck you're playing literally is hot garbage.
Yes.
You just spent $1,000 on it, by the way.
It's gotten better as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, but
it's the yo-yoing, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just too much. I'm exhausted. We're too old for this. You have a family.
Yeah.
We have careers. We don't have the energy to care about this game like we used to. We don't have the energy to care about this game like we used to.
Right.
You can call it the boomer mentality if you want, but the thing is, we all get to this point. We all get to our 30s. And the thing is, we all are looking for a hobby that also satisfies our urge to be competitive.
Well, also, us getting into our 30s isn't an excuse. I mean, you got Magic players that have been around forever, and they still love their game.
But Magic has Commander. Commander is a casual format.
So
say that to CDEH.
Sure.
So does Yu-Gi-Oh need to make an alt format?
See,
we tried. They did that with Speed Duel. It didn't work.
Well, see, going to that, a lot of comments I've been seeing is that it feels like Konami wants to push it into Master Duel.
Yeah, like that was MBT, a popular YouTuber, which is a Yu-Gi-Oh YouTuber, made a video pretty much dedicated to saying that Master Duel is killing the TCG. People clown him like it doesn't make sense. I even went on ChatGPT and looked at the numbers, and it didn't make sense. Right, Master Duel does a fraction of what the TCG does, but all the different things that Konami is doing, it looks like they're gearing up for like a 5-year plan almost to kill off the trading card game to focus solely on Master Duel.
Yeah, because if they do Master Duel, they don't have to print cards. They don't have to manufacture cards.
The thing about it, they can
distributors.
make Master Duel completely perfect if they would just put alt formats on there.
I think they do.
No, if they
have like
change it-
these weird formats, but it's not like alt formats.
They have Master Duel format where like Maxi and stuff is still a card and everything, and it's been a card the whole time. They have banned everything that's in TCG pretty much, but kept Maxi, which is so weird.
They have special events where you can only do like certain things. I think there was like an XYZ Cup or something like that.
Yeah, I mean they do those kind of
the
alt
special
formats.
events are fine, but it's like put modern format on there, best of 3, stuff like that. Like the best of 1 stuff I've always hated in Yu-Gi-Oh. It's not a fair thing. And it's its own format. Now put Edison on there, put Goat on there.
But the biggest
like
thing is if you're trying to kill off the trading card game, the trading card game is why so many people like us are in it, because we need an excuse to get out the house.
That would kill the trading card game. If you put these formats on Master Duel and you ran regionals on Master Duel, like on the actual game, like I can get on my PlayStation and compete in a regional or a YCS, a Master Duel YCS, all at home, it would definitely kill the card.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Because like
have stuff like that.
But I'm saying like if they focus on Master Duel formats and they did it like kind of like what Bandai does for online tournaments, what's the point of a venue?
Because nobody plays remote regional YCS.
They do.
They
a
do,
good
but
bit
like
do.
a lot of people avoid them just because of like the cheating aspect. And
I
stuff.
was one
It's
of them
very
that would.
easy.
I was one of them that would avoid remote dual regionals. I refuse to do it because there's just so much sleight of hand.
Exactly.
I remember there was like one top deck list which only had a 14 card side deck, and you can't convince me that wasn't just so he could add in whatever 15th card he needed. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if their whole thing is money and everything, if they do Master Duel online tournaments, there's no need for a venue.
But the thing is, we don't know what the reason is.
I know. I'm just saying. Like,
we don't know why they're doing what they're doing because they refuse to communicate.
Well, I've always said this. There's a number. Konami has a number.
Yes.
And when that number doesn't get reached, like they're 2 below the number, they're going to do something drastic. If it doesn't bring the number back, that's going to be the end of it. They're going to cut it off. And I think they're slowly trying to do it because, I mean, come on. We know the power creep is coming.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We know at the beginning of the year a set's going to come out and it's just going to knock everything out that's meta right now after they ban everything. You know what I mean? And it's just going to be the same, like you say, yo-yoing back and forth, back and forth.
Because right now it's a good format. A lot of people like this format. They say it's very interactive. There's not a whole lot of,
and that's fine. And we get that every time. It's like, you got the players that are above average that are arguing with everybody. This is a fine format. Everything's good. But it's not good for everybody.
It's really like you said it last time. It's really Yu-Gi-Oh is like being in a toxic relationship where you're at the very end and you're just trying to do everything in your head to convince yourself that things are going to work out, things are going to be fine.
Yeah.
You just have to accept the fact that it's not. It's not fine. It's not going to work out because Konami is not going to truly change. Konami is not going to do that true groove. They have no reason to.
They don't. They are collecting cash.
Yeah.
Co-money.
Co-money.
And the only way to get them, I'm not even going to say to stop, is to talk with your wallet. But the thing is, it feels like that's what they want.
I mean, I think Konami's to the point to where they should have like an American like ambassador that like the people talk to, Billy Brake or something like that. Just like, hey,
anybody.
And then Billy's like, hey, I'm going to have my quarterly meeting with Konami.
I mean,
and let us have an election, right?
Okay.
But that's how much people love Yu-Gi-Oh that people are, like Triff offered to work for free 10 hours with Konami to help them make this game as best. People love this game.
10 hours is nothing. You got to. This is a full-time job.
10 hours a week, right? But
they need to have a full board meeting.
Yeah, they need.
You need a full. You need a small team.
If you got
to fix this game.
If you got all the top minds in this game in a boardroom, I promise you they would go out there free of charge.
Yeah, but not 10 hours a week.
Okay. Point is, if you got all the top minds in this game in a boardroom and talked about this game, they would do it for free.
Not even
no matter how long
just
it took.
a Zoom call.
Or a Zoom call, yeah. Zoom call.
We got that.
And there's just so much of these people. There's so much that Konami just refuses to talk about. It's mind blowing to me as a player.
Dude, what if this is all just a trap? And like this is like a Nikocado whatever thing.
Oh yeah.
And like they're gonna come out and be like, it was all trick, guys.
Yeah, we're lying.
We're bringing back set ban lists. We're bringing back what was it? High rarity cards that are only gonna be high rarity. We're bringing everything back. This is just the beginning, guys. We tricked you guys, and this is gonna be the best game in the world. Watch it in like the next 5 years.
So this is what I'm thinking. Okay?
I would play again.
Let's take a little break, and when we come back, I'll kind of give you guys a little band-aid that that Konami can use to kind of fix some things, maybe, and then we'll get off into other topics. But let's take a little break, and then we'll get back to it.
Sounds good.
Cool. Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're going to interrupt this episode and tell you about our sponsors. Yes, our sponsors over at Duel Guard. These guys definitely have everything you need for your TCG journey. Go ahead and head on down to duelingguard.com. Check out their deck boxes, their playmats, their binders, their anime art cards. They have it all, and I swear I love this stuff. I back it all the way. I personally use binders and deck boxes from Duel Guards for all of my TCG play. When I'm going to bigger tournaments, or even if I'm going to smaller tournaments, they have everything I need to be comfortable in my competitive scene. I love the size of their deck boxes. They fit perfectly in my book bag without any type of clutter. You know what I mean? When you have them big deck boxes and it's just so cluttery in your book bag, it makes your book bag kind of get deformed after a little while. These are great for that because they're a nice slim fit. They also have so many different sizes of deck boxes. So if you don't like the size of one of their deck boxes, I'm sure they'll have something to fit your certain criteria whenever you're going to these big events. Their playmats are super high quality. I really enjoy playing on them, and their binders are peak. They're side loading, they zip up, they're just really good binders all in all, and they fit perfectly in your book bag. They also have different accessories like playmat holders and different bags that you can take out. I'm telling you now, you guys are definitely going to want to support Duel Guard, man. They are very awesome in what they do. So go to duelingguard.com, use code Pop.1 at checkout. You guys get a discount. It helps us out a lot. We really enjoy having Duel Guard around, and we thank them so much for what they do for the community and for Pop.1 Podcast. All right, let's get back to the show. All right. I don't want to harp on it too much with the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. We did have a long talk about Yu-Gi-Oh. But the one thing that I think Konami can do, okay, and it's not something that's going to fix everything, but just a little Band-Aid. First off, let's go ahead and implement Rush Duel into the States, okay? Speed Duel was a failure. Nobody wanted to play it. I looked into it. It was a cool concept, but not as much. A lot of people like that phone game. What is it, Duel Links?
Yeah, but it's really been a gotcha game.
I think now, but like, yeah, you're right. But you know, Rush Duel is like you said, like maybe it's that Commander to Magic type of thing. You know what I mean? Like another format that Yu-Gi-Oh fans, the fandom of Yu-Gi-Oh, the old players, they can dip into.
Yeah.
Because it's a decent game. I look into it. It's not played a lot in Japan at all.
And it probably wouldn't be played too much in America because players just, again, Speed Duel failed. I really think Rush
it
Duel
would bring the collector's aspect back to Yu-Gi-Oh.
maybe.
If they did it right. Now, if they're
if they
printing
did it
everything and blah, 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 you know.
know
But
what?
I don't know if you saw that new Change of Heart.
Yeah. But
Dude.
knowing Konami, they wouldn't do it right. But speaking of formats,
Yeah,
we're in a new format for One Piece.
We
OP12
are.
format.
we are.
How are y'all feeling about this format?
I'm playing Enel. So
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm liking it. I know how to play against Zoro,
Yeah.
which is good. I know how to play against Rayleigh,
Yeah.
which I win. That's
Yeah.
just the answer. One deck though that has been coming back that was a nightmare to me, and shout out to Bryan Ha. He used to be the Bonnie Goat.
Bonnie.
Dude.
Bonet.
Okay,
Yeah.
so me being a new player into this game, when I first looked at OP12 format, I was like, okay, I'm going to play Zoro. And I didn't realize how cracked these green cards were. And then I went to New Orleans and they showed me a Bonnie deck and I was hooked.
Yeah.
I said, DoFlamingo does what? Eustace Kid does what?
Yeah.
I could do what with this deck?
Green is just
It's
and
a pile
so
deck.
weird because green was like such at the bottom of the barrel for so long,
Yeah.
dude. And now it's like the
Yeah.
room.
It's like green supremacy for this format.
Bandai has slowly been just like making green cards a little bit better. I think green is was a bad color because what it did was like nothing really crazy. Like resting and freezing cards like was not like a good mechanic because you're not really answering the board.
Right.
You're not like the board is still saying the same. Like red had the power manipulation to lower like high cost characters or high attack power characters to run them over with their big characters with rush. Black can reduce cost and just pop things, and that was just so problematic for green because green did not have any of those kind of protection mechanics. And then lately they just been printing all these crazy cards for green, and it's to the point where like the Bonnie deck now is just a pile of good green cards.
And that's ultimately what happened to yellow, like in the whole run of yellow. Not to say it wasn't good when it came out, like shout out Katakuri, all that good stuff. But like we talked about this last time, I'm looking at my whole Enel deck and it's just a pile of cards. Like it's just there's none of them really have synergy with each other. It's just this is Kuma, this is Katakuri, this is Yamato, this is Ace. Like you know what I mean? These are all just different. And being a fan of One Piece and seeing this deck compiled of all these really cool characters and stuff, it's really cool. Yeah,
like Ace would never interact with Kuma.
no,
no, and that's what I like Mihawk and Carrot. Like what? Like
yeah, well, that Bonnie is just a big pile of crazy cards. Shout out to that 10 drop Shanks that you've been playing, dude. I like forgot that was a card. You know
9
what
drop.
I mean? Is it a 9 drop?
Yeah,
which
the
is
film.
even crazier. But yeah, you get to keep a Don. What do you know?
yeah, Cavendish.
Yeah, Cavendish is crazy. Speaking of, Cavendish
40.
is still like $50.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
that card
insane.
is to the moon.
Well, there's a bunch of people like online. They're like, "Why is this card? It's getting reprinted." And like people don't remember. Nats is like literally what the day that PRB.
No,
comes out?
PRB comes out in October, so it's like a month after.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, PRB's a month after Nats.
Yeah.
Oh, why did I think it was like the weekend of?
I don't know
I don't know. Why am I
because there's
doing
gonna be a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, there is a lot of stuff happening with One Piece. I mean, OP 13 has already been announced for November.
Yeah, for us in America, we got.
And then 14 will be not too long after that.
I think they posted something about it for Japan. OP14 is coming out in February,
And that's
I
going to
think.
be when we link, right?
For like, people are assuming that's going to be around the time. We're not 100% sure. I think a couple people online have said like April 2026 is going to be the definitive date
Oh, during rotation?
during rotation, but I don't know.
I
It might
wish
be
I liked
before.
that. We'll get a new world of One Piece during that time.
Yeah,
Stay
stay tuned.
tuned on that. I think it's gonna be okay. It's gonna suck, man, because my leader's like gone. I've been playing this one for
Yeah.
so long.
Enel's
man.
Enel's block 2, so you have another year
Is
with
he
them.
really?
Yeah, he's
OP05
OP05.
is block 2?
OP05 is block
What's
2.
Bonnie?
So what are we getting rid of? 1
2.
through 4?
Yeah, 1 through 4.
And then everything in PRB2. I'll say it again. We don't need a rotation. Like, it's just dumb. Like, literally,
Well, a
I
rotation.
guess like the bulk is being rotated.
A
out.
rotation.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, there's definitely a good shot for Bandai to reprint a lot of OP01 stuff. For example, in EBO3 that they announced for Japan, EBO3, like what, the Heroines edition, they announced a new VV leader, which is the same color combo as the old VV leader,
Yeah.
except this one can attack, and it has a sort of same effect in terms of giving characters rush. So, I mean, you think about it, really, like they're just reprinting the leaders with the same colors and just putting them back out there. Like
they just did that with Sabo.
Sabo,
Yeah,
Red
he
Green
just-
Luffy,
Yeah.
and yeah,
It's interesting.
it is interesting.
And another thing that just came out was the new structure decks,
Yep.
Oh yeah, Ace Newgate.
The Ace Newgate Structure Decks SC22,
which the leader kind of sucks, but you're buying all this stuff for the
red yellow or red blue
red
Ace.
blue ace and OP13, which a lot of chatter. That deck might be something. And
It's
I know
putting up some numbers for sure.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are hyped about it, so they're picking up these structure decks. And then what's cool about these structure decks, they're kind of doing like they did with the Three Brothers structure deck, was giving you an alt pack. So you get the pack, and it comes with 3 alt art cards from that structure deck. And everybody's looking for the Odin and the Esho.
The Ezo, yeah,
Ezo. And
and the leader
and the leader.
for collecting.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
leader's kind of but a lot of people are picking these cards up.
It's
I think,
crazy to me, these pre-sale prices too, or like the on-release prices for some of these cards out this pack. I saw like
welcome to
$60.
One Piece.
Dude,
Yeah,
that's
no,
insane.
dude, it's just how it is. Alt arts are the way to go. If not to harp back on it, but if you go to alt arts like that, that'd be a crazy thing too. But I'm just saying, no, the alt art prices for these parallel rares, they're these parallel rares are very, very popular and sought after. Okay, so do you think this deck is gonna be any good for Nats though? Like now that it's we're getting it before Nats, do you think this is gonna be any kind of a meta shakeup by chance?
So I don't think necessarily this leader. I do think that it will bring one deck out of the woods or wherever it's been. Blue Yellow Nami. I think Blue Yellow Nami is going to. I think we'll definitely see a few of them at the LCQ, just because this deck has been kind of constructed already with this Odin card.
Yeah.
It's really good in this deck. And I remember when did Nami come out? OP11?
Yeah, OP11.
Yeah, I remember I was like testing when we were in OP10 meta, and I was like, oh, this is really good. And then I remember you were looking at my list, and you're like, oh, well, you're not going to have that Odin card. And I was like, why? You're like, it's in that structure deck that's not coming out until, September. And I was like, oh, well, it's still kind of good. It wasn't that good.
It wasn't.
now it might be. Maybe that's a new deck for you to try. You love yellow so much.
Nah.
It doesn't play it, yeah.
I don't play yellow, brother. I play gold.
But yellow. Speaking of yellow, Kagura feels like just a yellow version of Buggy. Is that fair to say?
No, it's not even close.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Spam out big bodies.
I wouldn't call them big bodies. I think it's a mid range. I would probably put it on the same level as like a Dofi.
Yeah, like a blue Dofi. Yeah, for sure.
It got so the Kagura deck got some new tools in OP12. It had the new Kagura character, and it had the Kuma, the secret Kuma, which is
so crazy.
Yeah, that card's price point is holding true because it's really just revitalizing.
For 6 Dawn, I can heal, and then I can turn it sideways because I don't care if it dies. Because whenever it dies, I heal again.
Yeah.
A card that can heal twice for 6 Dawn and a card out of hand is crazy. Like,
no, it's such a good card.
Really good. And me playing Enel, it has been. I mean, dude, on my 6.
So you're telling me the blue Nami that can play Kuma and Odin?
Yeah, and Zeus. That because I'm running Zeus and Kuma in an L, and that combo right there, like on my 8, for example, like say you have a Cavendish that's just giving me a bad time, and I'm at 2-3 life. I'm gonna drop that Zeus. Go ahead and get my life. Then go ahead and pop whatever. Play Kuma. discard and heal. So it's like I never even lost life. I got a body off board, plus I got a decent body for the next turn.
You can also play the Zeus to pops a blocker.
Yeah.
Use the Odin effect to rest 3, bounce the Zeus back to your hand to have a 2K back to your hand, and then do the double attack with Zuma or Odin.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So there's a lot of cool stuff in this White Beard structure deck that's definitely gonna make some stuff meta viable. Another deck that I was really thinking about cooking with was just regular blue Dofi.
Yeah.
The menace of OP 9, 8.5 to 10. They can utilize that Odin card very, very well, and I'm excited to try that out.
Yeah,
just at locals
I'm
for fun.
Excited to see that because I don't mind Dofi coming back. You know,
I know you don't mind.
What do you think is gonna be the best deck, or what's gonna take down Nats?
So this format is all over the place, man.
Yeah.
A jungle format.
Jungle format. I like that.
It's all over the place. I think literally every tournament is getting different data. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
1 week we have Zoro winning. 1 week we have Rayleigh winning. Now we have Calgara winning.
I think there is a definitive better deck, not best deck. There's no BDIF. I think there is definitely a better deck in the format, and the name of it is Zoro.
Yeah.
Other really good decks I like to say has been Rayleigh, has been doing really well. Has been putting up numbers if he can dodge all the Enel players. And I think there was a tournament I saw where Vega Punk got second place.
Yeah.
And it's just another mid-range deck as well that can do crazy heals trigger stuff. And I think this meta is going to be really wild and stuff, but I guess jungle. But definitely think that all in all, Zoro is definitely pushing itself into the front of the pack in terms of numbers, in terms of its conversion rate into top 8, into top 32 into top 8 and stuff. Definitely Zoro is definitely the boogeyman right now. Not even the boogeyman, just the thing in the shadows. You might play it as early as round 1, and it might just ruin your whole run.
Yeah,
you're gonna play it in round 5, and it's gonna ruin your run. So
definitely, especially if they see that event. The restand event at end game. I mean that just hurts. Let's see, they'll attach 4. Swing. Event, swing,
effect.
I think the DMG too, the Dead Man's Game, has been a really big game changer because so many, I know we were talking about how everyone wanted Gum Gum Giant to get banned, but it feels like every deck now has a 1-cost 4K counter card now, it feels like.
Yeah.
And at this point, leaving 1 up against a Zoro player feels like is what's the point?
Gum Gum Giant, though, it's still the draw too. And,
it is.
Yeah.
I had that done to me today. Shout out Cody. He was actually playing a Luffy today, but he was playing the 9-drop Mihawk build. And, it's still very, very stressful in that end game moment because, they'll have 2 Dawn up, and you have game, but they also have 8 in hand, 2 Dawn up. And it's if you don't go for it, you die. And, that was my situation today, but there was a misplay on his end, and both of our ends, just not reading cards. He 9-drop Mihawked for my Kuma. Well, we both forgot that Kuma actually grows in cost on play. So the Kuma was actually above the threshold for the Mihawk, and it just messed the game state up. So he decided to concede and give me the win on that one. But because I would have won, the next play was me literally because he had no life. So I just attached all to Enel, swung 15, and he had 16 in counter.
Exactly 16.
If I would have had Kuma out, attached all to Kuma, 17 would have won the game. But it's just a weird thing. Gum Gum Giant and now DMG being a crazy event card. These event cards are going crazy nowadays, and hopefully everybody gets a event card that kind of has that same power. Not the same power, you know what I mean, but something that's close to it. So now we got green that has their crazy event. We have purple that has their crazy event. Yellow's had their plethora of crazy events, you know what I mean?
Some on the ban list.
Crazy event.
Black has a lot of events that have been on the ban list for a while. Yeah. Great Eruption, Ice Age, stuff like that.
Black Hole, is it?
That's not bannable.
Black Vortex is crazy.
But Black Vortex has been crazy right now. There's a lot of anti-Zoro tech. I'm not sure if y'all been keeping up with the meta in terms of all this anti-Zoro stuff. But
Yeah.
I know a lot of purple leaders are pivoting to Hell's Judgment, which is a crazy card against Zoro. And then Black Vortex just being able to negate the Zoro leader. That the way the One Piece players are pivoting and like changing up their list to combat Zoro makes it so that like it's not just running out the gate being BDIF.
Yeah.
Which is kind of funny because the Japan, the East, they never adapted any of these changes. Like they just stuck to their guns and just kept on playing the
I
same
think that's
list.
how it is over there. They just stick to like the list, like whatever comes out of the set. They'll put some spice in it, you know, the staples and stuff like that. But they stick to it like the whole time.
Yeah, there's like no innovation, like in terms of like, I mean, I hate to say it, like it's kind of like how we've always done it though. Like we saw what they were playing. We already knew that you know, coming into OP12, Zoro is going to be a crazy good deck. So like I think because we already knew Zoro's coming in, we had time to even like think about these kind of like tech options, you know?
Yeah.
And just try to make sure that we can kind of keep Zoro from just running out the gate, especially after the ban list having no real up Luffy threat. It's still a threat, just you know, not as dominant as it was.
Yeah, well, we got a few store champions coming up. We have Nats coming up.
Regional New Orleans.
Regional in New Orleans coming up. That'll be
November 1st.
We'll still be this format, correct?
PRB.
Yeah.
Well, PRB too by
PR,
then.
PRB is a
look at the
reprint, right?
Well, they have new cards too. I gotta
Okay.
look at those cards because I haven't looked at them. There's a lot of new cards actually, which is
Yeah,
kinda
there's
crazy.
I think there's 2 new rares for each color and then 1 new super rare for each color.
Yeah.
That's insane.
You know, going back, like I've really been trying to cook Enel. I've really been looking at lists that have been playing this format, and there's so many different lists. You can have the control list to where you just kind of starve out your opponents, play a lot of triggers, all that, and then there's a new build where it's kind of like the life manipulation list where I can like the Basil Hawkins, the Nico Robbins, the 8-drop kids, really just like make it hard for them to stay healthy and still play the game. So I'm kind of weird on the list I want to play. I'm going to try one at this store championship that we have next weekend?
Yep.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
And then
Then we Bandai Fest.
and then the LCQ, I'm just gonna have to make a decision. I was gonna try Zoro. All of our Cavendishes are being used basically,
Yeah.
and I'm not paying almost $400 for no, is it that much? Am I tripping?
No.
Tripping.
Like
Like
all
100
cards,
like
maybe.
150.
Yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, so yeah, it would be about that. So yeah, I'm not.
You're not
doing-
about to do that.
Nah,
I don't blame you.
nah.
I did it.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a definite interesting format coming up because there's so much events going on in this format. There's just so
I feel
much
like there's a
going on.
lot of events going on. Like all of a sudden, like we're
It's just end of season, and I think it's
well,
a
no,
fast
technically,
meta.
this is the beginning of season 2 now.
Oh
'Cause
yeah,
Bandai,
you're right.
So they're coming out the gate hot with these events for Bandai. But then we know they're gonna slow down because who knows if they're gonna have a second wave of season 2 store championships. 'Cause I don't think they did it last time. Last time we did the store championship for season 1 really early, and then that was it. Then we did a bunch of treasure cups, and then
Well, everything was so new still,
Yeah.
and I think Bandai is I think they're still kind of scared. You know what I mean? It's just I think that they haven't done enough with this game just because of the fact they don't know what's going to happen. Just like
Yeah.
all of their other games, it's like the Dragon Ball Fusion World game or whatever had a lot of hype around it, dude. There was a lot of people really getting hype with it. So they went ahead and implemented their own simulator type of thing to where every pack you bought, you can actually scan it into the simulator and all those cards would go into. It was a really cool concept, blah, blah, blah. And you can actually buy virtual packs and stuff on there. It was more of a gotcha thing, but at the end of the day, it was a really cool animated simulator, like a Master Duel type of thing.
so kind of like Pokemon TCG Live.
A little bit better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just if you were playing, if your leader was Broly, you know what I mean? You'd have a little Broly character next to your deck, and every time you attack, he'd power up, and it was really cool stuff. It's just the game was just kind of garbage, and sorry, but not a lot of people got into it. I tried it, and it was just a lot of things. You guys know I hate when I have to take energy from my hand, you know what I mean? That was one of the main things that threw me away on it, but it was cool. So I think Bandai just looks at their past, right? and they're like, okay, well, this game didn't do too good. Or, for example, Digimon, this game did incredible, but another game came out and kind of threw it under the bus. Is Gundam going to do this to One Piece? No. But you know what I mean? Like, you don't know what they're thinking because they've kind of put themselves in a situation to where they haven't gone into a, what do I want to say? Like a routine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Konami and Pokemon, they have these routines, right? They're already seasoned enough to say, you know,
this is our cash
is
cow,
that, and this is this. Like, and it's staying like this because we're getting the paper for it. You know, Bandai's just not there yet because they don't know what's, you know what I mean? They don't know how long One Piece is going to last. So sometimes I feel like they get a little hesitant. But, you know,
well, I think it's also because Bandai owns a lot of IP.
Yeah.
And so, like, I mean, if you think about it, if they never made Union Arena, like, they probably would have made a whole My Hero TCG.
They would have.
They would have made a whole Bleach TCG. They would have made a whole
Bleach TCG before.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, like, you know, like kind of like in the same aspect of like One Piece and stuff like that. And like, you know, I bet you they probably would have done the same thing to One Piece. They probably would have made a Union Arena One Piece theme,
100%,
and just not have made the One Piece TCG.
I don't even think that they like. I mean, I think that they knew One Piece was going to go on this long. You know what I mean? But like, not as strong. Like, you know, like we're gearing up for a whole nother year, and I'm not slowing down.
The way One Piece plays, it's fantastic.
It's almost a perfect game.
It's almost a perfect game,
dude. Yeah. It is a very well constructed.
You never truly feel out of it. Like even when your opponent's board looks super oppressive, you can get out of it still.
Yeah.
I don't know, those yellow triggers, man. They always get me. They always get me.
It doesn't matter what card game you play. When you have it, you have it.
Yeah.
I know it's a yellow light sworn. I don't know.
But
Tearlament.
It's less likely to happen in this game. Significantly.
Yeah. I like it, man. And I think that the game is healthy. I think it's good. There's nothing in it that's just too crazy right now to where I'm just like, oh, you know, this sucks because this card, you know, yes, Bonnie's back. Yes, Enel's playing around. We got decks like Teach. We got decks like but nothing's like just too crazy to where it's just like making me want to throw up.
Yeah, you know like I remember when a year ago when they announced Teach, we were like thinking like, oh, black decks are gonna be crazy again. This black beard leader is gonna just ruin the whole game. That 10 cost Teach is just crazy. Yeah. Nothing. It's I mean not nothing. It did a lot. Yeah. It's definitely not the boogeyman like everyone thought, and it was definitely easy to not easy, but like, you know, we adapted.
Oh, me and Brian were in Mesquite whenever that got announced.
Yeah,
and like it was like halfway through the regional, and everybody was like, I'm done playing this. And even people in our Discord were like, yeah, we're done. Like, we're not playing this. And it's just like, okay. And then it came out, and it was like, for a couple weeks, it was annoying. But then it was just like, I kind of know how to play around this. Like,
exactly. You know? So people adapt. People realize how to, you know, it's just how it is. It's card games.
Yeah.
And that's why I think that like One Piece really like got that formula down real nice. And the gameplay is super simplistic enough. I feel like it's easy to play too, easy to learn. They definitely like explain all the cards really well. There's not like a wall of text for One Piece cards. Like there's a couple cards that have like exorbitant amount of text, but most of them are in the starter deck cards because so what I've seen that is that the starter cards have a lot of text because they're explaining why like these cards do these things. Like for the purple stuff, like for the Dawn Minus, they're telling you like, you know, Dawn Minus and then parentheses, you have to like return the specified amount to the Dawn deck again, you know?
Yeah.
In some of the cards in the main set, they don't really explain that. They just assume that you're gonna know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't know it at first. I didn't understand like what it was saying at first. Like, oh, return it to the deck. I thought it was just like red, you know. But whatever.
But so
let's go into another break and talk about some. When we get back, we'll talk about some of the Pokemon drama. We got more. Oh man, more Pokemon drama. We'll be right back, guys.
Sweet.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're going to interrupt this episode and tell you about our sponsors. Yes, our sponsors over at Duel Guard. These guys definitely have everything you need for your TCG journey. Go ahead and head on down to duelingguard.com. Check out their deck boxes, their playmats, their binders, their anime art cards. They have it all, and I swear I love this stuff. I back it all the way. I personally use binders and deck boxes from Duel Guards for all of my TCG play. When I'm going to bigger tournaments, or even if I'm going to smaller tournaments, they have everything I need to be comfortable in my competitive scene. I love the size of their deck boxes. They fit perfectly in my book bag without any type of clutter. You know what I mean? When you have them big deck boxes and it's just so cluttery in your book bag, it makes your book bag kind of get deformed after a little while. These are great for that because they're a nice slim fit. They also have so many different sizes of deck boxes. So if you don't like the size of one of their deck boxes, I'm sure they'll have something to fit your certain criteria whenever you're going to these big events. Their playmats are super high quality. I really enjoy playing on them, and their binders are peak. They're side loading, they zip up. They're just really good binders all in all, and they fit perfectly in your book bag. They also have different accessories like playmat holders and different bags that you can take out. I'm telling you now, you guys are definitely gonna wanna support Dueling Guard, man. They are very awesome in what they do. So go to duelingguard.com, use code POP1 at checkout. You guys get a discount. It helps us out a lot. We really enjoy having Dueling Guard around, and we thank them so much for what they do for the community and for Pop.1 podcast. All right, let's get back to the show. All right, we are back to the Pop.1 podcast.
The Pop.1 podcast.
I've been having so much fun doing this, man.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, it is great, man. What's not great is more Pokemon stuff, dude. God,
Not
it's
the
like,
Pokemon.
I wish we could come on here one day and just say Pokemon's healing. We can all get cards when we want them, blah, blah, blah. But that is far from the case.
It feels like when Pokemon does bad with scalping, all the other TCGs do bad with scalping.
Except Yu-Gi-Oh.
Except Yu-Gi-Oh. But whenever Pokemon's being scalped, which it feels like is always being scalped.
Yeah.
One Piece is being scalped.
Not a year, dude. A year
scalped.
ago, you can still find ETBs on shelves.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It was like rotting. Sword and Shield, not Sword and Shields. Scarlet and Violet, like when it came out, like it was super hype. Base set got bought out and the set after, but then we were like, oh, they're like really printing this.
I
like,
found blisters at thrift stores.
Yeah, it got pretty bad for a little minute, but we all know that Pokemon is back on a boom. Everybody's into it again, and we're in an era where it's kind of getting worse than COVID. And I thought I would never say that. I thought that was a Pokemania. Like, we're in Pokemania, like, phase 6 now.
Yeah.
And I really feel like this is, like, the one that's... It seems like it's never ending. Because you got Pokemon, they're in a loop now. And this all happened with the Prismatic evolution. Now, before Prismatic, 151 was the special set. And it was, like, really slept on. Like, people liked it, but, like, it was just kind of like the Evolutions thing. When Evolutions came out, it was like, this is cool. And now it's one of the most sought after sets, like,
Celebrations, too. I really like Celebrations.
Celebrations as well, too. Now we're in a spot with Pokemon to where they're not giving us those, like, take a breath sets. You know what I mean? Back then we had like sets. Let's do Sword and Shield for example. You would have crazy sets like Evolving Skies and stuff like that. But
Silver Tempest.
Yeah, Silver Tempest. Even Astral was kind of one of them.
Astral Radiance,
take a breath sets. You know what I mean? But you would get sets like Fusion Strike and Battle Styles and stuff, which were great for the players, but not so much for the collectors. Like I think Battle Styles to this day is the most cards in one set ever created.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So it was like impossible to get an alt.
That was a competitor set because like that was like the Genesect and the Mew and stuff.
Yeah, so it's just like stuff like that. Since Prismatic has dropped, every single set, maybe besides Journey Together, but it's still pretty hype. Every single set is like crazy. You had the Team Rocket set with the
Distant
badass
Rivals,
Mewtwo. Journey Together, and then what was the one that we
Surging Sparks?
We had Surging Sparks, which was pretty good, and now we're in another special set with the White Flare and Black Bolt.
Yes,
and which is crazy. You can't find these things, and now they're announcing these Mega Evolution sets, which. Not the one that's about to come out with the Gardevoir and the Lucario and all that stuff.
Yeah,
Phantasmal Flame. It's the one after that that has a Charizard. It also has a Gengar, which are the two most sought-after Pokemon collectors-wise. Like, you got Charizard, and then people can argue about who takes second, but I literally think it's Gengar. And, they're both in the same set, and... The thing that Pokemon has been doing in Scarlet Violet is these Pokemon Center exclusive ETBs. They fetch a pretty penny. You know what I mean? They come with a stamped promo that you can only get from these ETBs, and they come with extra packs, blah, blah, blah. They're really good stuff to get for your Pokemon collector. Well, they just did the drop for this set, and the bots, man.
It was completely ruined.
Yeah, the bots came in and somebody was able to run a bot so heavy on the site that it literally bought every piece of stock that the Pokemon Center had.
It skipped the queue.
Everything.
Don't we have firewalls in place for things like this?
Dude, they have been trying to fight bots. I mean, goes back to Funko days, dude. Bots have been a problem forever. And there's not really a way to stop them.
And it's not even bots. It's happening in real life. We saw this viral post with these 3 guys. They went to a Sam's Club or a Costco and bought out the entire Pokemon collection. Yeah. And the way they did it was they got multiple memberships each.
Yeah. And that's what they do.
How does that happen?
And the workers aren't going to bypass the app or bypass anything like that. They don't know, and most of the time the workers don't care. They don't know what's going on.
They're making their money anyway. So why would they care?
Why would they care? And it's like the links that people are taking to get this tough, to get these Pokemon cards. Because, I mean, dude, if you look at Pokemon now, it is literally an IRL cryptocurrency type of thing now. It's people that don't even know the Pokemon are buying these cards because they know the premium. If you look at Bubble Mew, okay, Bubble Mew is one of the top cards under the Sunbreon and maybe 151 Charizard. Those are the 3 so far.
I think Bubble Mew is definitely this Pokeboom's grail.
Yeah, because Sunbreon's kind of going down because they're constantly reprinting that Prismatic. You know what I mean? Nobody wanted the Paldean Fates while Prismatic was out.
Oh, now Paldean Fates is going nuts.
They're not going to be reprinting that. They're too late. They're focusing. They were like, okay, we'll give you the Prismatic reprint and everything coming out. We're going to go ahead and print a whole bunch of it, 2 times maybe, or print. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I go to Targets and Walmart still probably daily just to see what's happening. You gotta wait in these lines. You have to wait in line for the stocker to stock the cards, and you're even doing that at home too. You just experienced that.
I just experienced. I didn't even I have no interest in doing this, but they got a Walmart by my work. I stop at the Walmart. I go there and I see the lady, the MJ Holdings employee, stocking the shelves, and she kind of yells at me. She's like, "If you want to wait, you got to wait over there." I'm like, wait, what? What's going on? And there's a guy who's waiting. I'm like, I'm not doing all this shit.
Well, you got to give it to them because they do deal with the worst of the worst. There is scalpers that do it, but that's another thing too. You can't look at a line of people that are waiting for Pokemon and just say, "Oh, look at those scalpers." No, this is how the collectors have to get their cards now. They have to go do this. Yeah. And we have a GameStop here that's prestiged enough to where they get a lot of stuff. And dude, every Saturday I get up. I didn't do it today. I don't think they had a drop today. But, GameStop's being very transparent with their drops and everything. They're letting everybody know. Now, I do have an issue with their price points, but we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, once we know, we all go line at the GameStop. I mean, we're talking 120 people in line.
Just for GameStop. It's like their midnight release, but for Pokemon cards.
Oh, the employees hate it, dude. Imagine getting up at Saturday morning, dude, and you walk up to your job and there's a line of 100 people. It's just
I throw up.
It's terrible, dude. It's all, and I feel, we're all cool. A lot of now that it's been happening like this for months now, it's you starting to see people, and people know us obviously from Pop.1. So we're sitting there talking to people and everything like that. It's actually a good little time. It does suck that this is the route we have to go. So with bots taking over Pokemon Center, which seemed almost impossible. It seemed like Pokemon Center had it down pat, with their queue system and everything like that. No. This is the worst I've ever seen a bot situation happen. Yeah. And not only that, I'm wanting to say that they canceled the orders and the bot went and did it again.
Yeah.
And with AI, with technology nowadays, dude, it's only getting better.
Yeah.
Which means that these companies have to get better. And they could have the top IT, blah, 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 everything you're damn near going to have your country's technical intelligence come in to help you get away from these bots, man.
Just to not buy Pokemon cards.
Yeah, which are really valuable
So you remember back in the day when people used to make fun of people for stealing cards from Walmarts and things of that nature?
Yeah.
I remember there was one specific viral post of this preteen kid walking out of a Walmart stealing some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Well, now it's kind of you're not making fun of the hobby anymore, but like it's insane the lengths that people are going to. There's a new story that came out very recently. These two people, they dressed up as MJ Holden's employees. MJ Holden's is the company that, you know, stocks all the shelves at Walmart, Targets, things like that. And they walked to the back. From what I understand, they knew where the product was located, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna go put this on the shelves," and they just walked out the store.
So Walmart gets the shipment to the store, and they have contractors, which is MJ Holdings, that will send their staff to go to these stores and stock the product on their rented shelf space, which is always in the front of the store. You know what I mean? This is a rented shelf space from MJ Holdings. All types of vendors do this. You might not realize it, but like there's a lot of shelf space that Walmart actually, you know, contracts out to other companies. And that is how the trading cards. Walmart doesn't stock the trading cards. They have no idea what's going on. That's why you can't call them and say, "Hey, do you guys got Pokemon?" They'll hang the phone up on you. You know what I mean? They don't know. It's just you got to come shop. So we had two guys come in with an MJ Holdings. They were dressed up like them, and they have business shirts. I'm thinking one of these dudes like had to have worked with them before or whatever. But what they did, they went to the back. They knew exactly where the stuff was, and they walked it to the front. But instead of stopping at that shelf, they just walked out the door with thousands of dollars worth of product. And I'm wanting to say this was during a weekend that a Prismatic restock was happening. So they probably have like, you know, premium collections, ETBs, booster bundles, everything.
But but the stealing is so stupid because they got you on camera, they got you on 4K. You're gonna get
I'm
caught.
wanting to say they had like COVID mask on.
No, like I could have swore their faces were just. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. We'll show
I don't
picture.
know. We'll show the picture, but yeah, it was definitely. I was laughing my ass off whenever I saw that. I was like, that's like so stupid, but genius at the same time. Like on their part, it's just like, yeah, because nobody's gonna stop you. Like, you know what I mean?
I wonder
like,
if there's gonna be copycats.
But no, this has been done before though for other stuff. Don't they do this with like the highlighter vest stuff? They wear the highlighter vest.
Oh
with
yeah, it's like a thing, or
sure.
like you can bring a ladder into any place and like
clipboard,
get it.
Fake cop lights.
And that's what they did. They were sitting at home probably watching this.
But they had to have known someone from the inside, right? They had to have known someone to let them know, hey, this
either
stuff's
one
in.
of them used to work there, or they have a friend that works for him and is like just like giving the whole spiel. Like it's just like, what do you do? What do you do in that situation? I don't know if they ever caught him or anything like that. Because another thing with that, Pokemon's so easy to sell that it's probably one of those products that like even if you do steal an abundance of it, it won't matter if you don't get caught by like the people you stole it from, because it's easy to sell online.
That's why stealing at big events is so rampant. It's because how do you prove it's not your stuff?
Oh, these card shows, man. I'm seeing like I saw a video the other day of a dude like getting tackled. And like getting arrested because he got caught stealing a bunch of cards. And like, dude, you got people that are walking up to these like vendors. They're walking up to them, and like they'll put a binder down, have eye contact, dude, just sitting there talking all while they're doing it. They're over here fiddling down with a case, and next thing you know, they got 6 Bubble Mews underneath their binder, and they're moving on. And I don't know if you guys know this, but Bubble Mew just broke $700.
Yeah,
like crazy, dude.
No, it's going to the moon.
Yeah, it's insane. Shout out to me for we had a card show down here, and I had the Latias from Surging Sparks, and it was like maybe like $50 less than the price of the Bubble Mew at the time. And I was like, oh, I'll trade you this and give you like $40 cash, you know, for the Bubble Mew. And we traded. Latias is like literally like 160 right now, and the Bubble Mew is like 600. I'm like, what a trade, dude! What a trade!
Let's go.
It always feels good to make a good trade, you know. And it's just one of those things, man. But it's insane, dude, to see that Pokemon's back at this state. They will do something to fix it. We don't know yet,
right?
Because they've done this. This has happened with Pokemon. Like I said, we're like phase 6, phase 7, yeah, and we'll just see how far it goes, man. I think that, you know, with the whole GameStop thing, because GameStop's obviously teaming up with Pokemon in a way because, dude, their prices now, GameStop is now to the point to where they're like an LGS, okay? They're making their own prices. Booster bundles for White Flare and all that.
Mm-hmm.
They were selling for $40. A booster bundle is supposed to be like $25, $30, dude. Like, you know
These
what I
are
mean?
scalper prices.
Yeah, dude. So, and not only that, they got the little glass display in all the stores now with like these booster boxes. Like, they're selling one-piece boxes for like $250 and stuff like that. It's crazy, dude. But you do got to give it to GameStop in a sense, because they're just adapting to the world.
Yep.
They got to keep their doors open. We all know that we've seen a plethora of GameStops just shut the doors because games aren't selling like that.
No.
They're going through what Blockbuster went through with the Redbox thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Or the Netflix thing too.
Yeah, if they don't adapt, you're going to have to shut the doors.
And this is the way to adapt. This
Card games are the last thing
physical meta.
Yeah,
physical
the last thing
media
you can hold in your hand.
Yes.
And consume. And it's such a niche like concept of what it is that it can't be duplicated, it can't be destroyed. Like, it's one of those things that everybody's going to want to go to the card shop and throw some cards on the table. You know what I mean? And so that's just what they're doing. They're saying, okay, a lot of the video game people, competitive video game people, they play card games now. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things that it's the last thing that I feel like people are getting together and you know, doing stuff besides going to a bar, you know what I mean, or going to play pool or something like that, you know.
Some people going to the bar and playing cards.
Yeah, I've done it a few times, you know.
Been there, yeah.
I've played Yu-Gi-Oh at Chili's before.
But this is how adults socialize. We go there, we have tournaments, we get the competitive nature out of us. We make friends, we travel to events, we do it with trading cards.
Yeah.
You can't really do it with a whole lot of other things.
No, I mean, you got to look at comic books. I mean, all comic books, manga, it's all digital now.
Yeah.
All digital.
You know, what is, and I feel bad for like Barnes and Noble, Books a Million, because they got so much manga that they're doing like buy two, get one free now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, what's enticing me to go pick up the latest issue of One Piece, you know, when I've just read the whole thing for my $2 subscription on Shonen Jump? You know, it's just like there's not. Unless I want to collect, I do collect manga as a personal thing. It's nothing that gains value or anything like that. It's literally no reason to buy this stuff.
Yeah.
It's a complete waste of money.
Well, I think it's also like just like how the world is nowadays. I think a lot of people want. It's not even like, I guess, I don't know how to describe it, but it's a minimalist thing too. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
people don't want clutter. People don't want this kind of stuff anymore. Like the more digital it is, the more what was it? Less, you know, cluttery it is in your life. You know, you probably.
I love how you looked around the studio.
Oh well, I just like, you know, there's people that have this space and like, you know, I love it. This is what I would want my room to be like. You know, I want this kind of stuff. You know, because this stuff makes me happy. I just know that, like, you know, I'm not sure about you, Alex, because you own a home and everything, but if I own a home, I probably wouldn't want as much, you know, in my home.
Oh no, I walk through here every day, through the house and everything. I'm just like, dude, I got to get rid of some stuff.
Yeah.
But I do like coming in here though, because this is having a room or a studio like this has always been like a thing when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I come in here to, I guess, get my fill of nostalgia. You know,
this is the modern day personal library back in the day.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. You know, I had friends that like, you know, because like anime wasn't like such a crazy thing when we were younger. It was like more of a niche thing. And
for you, maybe.
No, like I was into it, but I was like able to be into it. I like I had an aura, I guess, you know, around me to where like people understood this is the type of stuff I was into, but I was still able to function in society. There's some people that were, that were into anime and they just couldn't function in the world.
I know.
That's fine. But I had like friends. I remember being young and like going to one of my friends' houses and we were like 7, 8, and his dad was like super into Dragon Ball Z. Dude, you never saw adults like into stuff like this, you know, and going into their house and they had DBZ posters and a full shelf like with every VHS, you know, and it was just like, yo, dude, what? My mom told me I'm not supposed to be doing, like, I'm supposed to grow out of this stuff.
It's
What's
like
this
a
guy
different
doing?
generation.
Yeah,
now
you
with
know,
with your kids, like I'm sure your son, you're gonna play cards with him when he's older.
Yeah. Adam's into it. Ruby's 9, and she like could care less about any of this stuff. I've tried forever, but
she likes like the Labubu stuff, I bet.
No, she likes the Labubus. Yeah, she does have the option to have a different Labubu to go to school with every day, which is like cool because like all her friends. No, I asked her the other day. I was like, "So does everybody like the Labubu?" She's like, "Yeah, they all talk about them all the time." I was like, "Well, does anybody else have Labubus at school?" She's like, "Well, 2 people have them, but they're both fake." And I'm like, "How do you even know they're fake?" And I'm like, "Okay, Rue."
It's genetics.
South Park just did an episode.
I saw that. Yeah, with like they're like summoning demons with them and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh.
Nah, they say that the Labubus do got like some spirit stuff. I don't know. They said that about Pokemon cards too.
Yeah, I don't believe anything like that because like they were like Pokemon is the devil, and I was like, you guys are just.
Nah, I had a friend that legit could not have Pokemon cards because his mom would tell him that spirits would come into the house and everything. So
I remember growing up playing Yu-Gi-Oh. I had family that would say you can't do that because it's dark magician. It's a magician. That's the devil stuff. And I'm like, no, it's not. This is just
the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff,
this
dude.
is
Like,
fantasy stuff. That's what this is. It's just fantasy.
There
stuff.
was like a little thing, like because like a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff is like the Egyptian stuff and like the all-seeing eye, and then there is like because I had a friend and he was like religious and stuff, and he was like talking to me about some things, and I was like, "Yo, dude, you play a card game that like you're literally summoning demons and like performing ritual summons and everything. Like you're gonna be okay, dude. Like it's if you're worried about this, but you're doing this, it's just like one of those things.
It's
like,
just simply not that deep.
It's not. It's just something fun. I mean, you play video games that literally are cutting people's heads off and stuff like that, and
and Call of Duty and just murdering people.
It's like if I'm playing a card game that says like sarcophagus or whatever on it, it's like we're okay. Like I don't know. Yeah. Like that's a whole different topic that probably doesn't need to be here, but
but I wanted to get to something. So Alex, this is gonna be your first Bandai Fest.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're excited to have you along.
I hope so.
Oh yeah, of course. And but I just want you to know, like, I want to tell this to some of the people out there, like what to expect at Bandai Fest.
Okay.
Because like we're competing in it. I'm competing in the main event. Alex and you, Preston, are going to be in the LCQ. We just want to. I just want to go over like what is going to be our expectations. So for you guys, day 1 technically will be Friday night or Friday day. I mean, when in the LCQ, and then you'll have to go X2 to get into the main event. Mm-hmm. That's all you have to do. It says X2, and very achievable, very doable.
Yes.
So let's just get that off the bat. But like for a Saturday for me and Bryan Ha in the main event, we're going to be in the main event, playing in the main event, and you guys will, if you guys are in the main event with us, then congrats. If you're not, then what's there to do at Bandai Fest? And Preston and I went to one already, so we kind of have an idea. There's going to be a lot of line simulator. But there's going to be a lot of cool things too. So like Bandai Fest is also all of Bandai's card games. So Digimon, Dragon Ball, New Gundam, One Piece, and Union Arena. There's going to be a lot of side events for that, Alex. So you can get your pick of the litter. You want to go try a Gundam Expo, you can. Try the Digimon one, you can. Buying product, you can. You can go sign up for, I think the main thing is get on that sign up sheet to buy product ASAP.
Yes, it's either, but you're gonna have to choose though. If you're so caught up in getting inside events, you need to focus on that. If you're so caught up in getting product, you need to focus on that. It's gonna be almost impossible to do both, unless they've changed some stuff. They might, but it's gonna be kind of impossible to do both. Another thing too is the scavenger hunt.
Yes,
they'll have the scavenger hunt there. You can find the answers off somebody and get that done, but you will get a free card sheet off of that. The product this year, I think, will be my focus because they release like the promos and stuff for all the different card games. And actually this year there's 3 card games that I'm looking at to pick up the promo stuff, and I might do it for a 4th. Main one's One Piece. Obviously.
Same.
Second will be Gundam.
Yep.
We want to get Gundam stuff, and these things will probably hold. These are good collector's items. Third will be Digimon. There is a card there. What card is it?
Physical training.
Is that what it? No.
That's the name of it.
Oh, well, it features.
But it's Renamon.
Yeah, it features Renamon, which is
the baddest Digimon of all time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Fan favorite.
It's a fan favorite. I'm getting my PSA graded.
Yeah. And then I might check out the Dragon Ball stuff just to see what they got. Cool stuff. They will have exclusive sleeves. They'll have exclusive playmats. They'll have stuff like that. And it's just really cool to get into.
But for the side events though, like there is side events, but there's also like little like learn to play events for Gundam, Dragon Ball, Digimon, all that stuff. Definitely try to get into those because they give out promos for that as well. And there's not a limit. I don't think as long as you keep on going in, you can definitely keep on going and playing over and over and over again. Get a playset of whatever, Definitely think of doing that. And if you're not in the main event, and there's gonna be a lot of posters. There's gonna be a lot of like things like pictures of, and
gacha machines.
Gacha machines.
The official name brand gacha people. They come and they bring the machines from Japan. So we'll have those too.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing at the end of the day is going X2 at this LC Cube and playing a Nats with y'all.
Yeah, it's going to be super fun. I'm glad you're getting to go. I'm glad that we are going to our second one. We've been doing a lot of things now, Brian.
Yeah.
And I don't see us slowing down anytime soon.
I don't either. I think it's kind of funny because we're talking about Bandai Fest in Dallas, but I think we're already kind of sort of planning our Las Vegas trip already too for Bandai Fest Part 2.
You got to think about that one too. Well, yeah. I think it's going to be a good time. Now, before we get out of here, I do want to say we will not have an episode next week. We are locked in for Bandai Fest. Stay tuned on our TikToks and all that stuff. We're going to be covering the whole event, and we're going to be dropping constantly. So you guys be sure to follow us on TikTok and all that good stuff and get it going. You got anything to say before Bandai Fest?
Green is best.
Green is best. What are you, Brian?
I'm ready to play some One Piece. I miss some nice high quality level One Piece. Like playing locals is fun. I've had a lot of fun playing locals. I tried a couple of fun decks this week, but I am ready to play some high level One Piece again.
Gotcha. Well, all right, guys. If you guys are new here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. We really like it if you would do that. And you can check out our description. Go down there and go check out Duel Guard. Use our link. We don't have codes no more. Use our link and go ahead and get 15% off of your whole order. You won't regret that. Really good stuff. Go check us out on TikTok, Pop.1 Pod. We're blowing up over there, baby. We're getting some good stuff going. You guys will really like it. We're live, 3-4 times a week?
As many times as possible.
As many times we can get.
Yeah, and you will definitely want to be following us by Bandai Fest. We are going to be super busy. And that's what it is. We're going out here to have fun, but we're also going out here to work to bring you guys some of the best content that has to do with all the TCGs over here at Pop.1 Podcast. All right, guys. Until next time, I'm Side Ploud.
Alex.
Brian.
And we'll see you guys at Bandai Fest.
Peace. Later.